Pickaxe.
Guys, I know we're a couple of weeks-ish removed from Halloween now, but how did you get on with your respective plans? Did you get trick and or treaters?
We prepared for trick and or treaters. We even would have answered the door if they'd actually knocked. It wasn't just a plate on the doorstep, but no one came.
Oh man!
And there are sort of family homes around us. I think we were just a bit late because I had a slightly late. I think I had a late finish that day anyway. But either way, we then stopped and did our big shop on the way home. So we didn't get home until about 6:30, 7 o'clock. So I think we just missed it.
Oh,
damn, man!
How about
what
you?
sweets did you buy? What was your supply?
When we turned up at Aldi, because that was one of the things we got in the big shop was the sweets on the day. It had been absolutely decimated. And Ashton from Triple Jump said the same thing had happened with her partner Ben. He stopped to get sweets on the day, and no actual multi-bags of sweets were left for him either. He had to buy a load of Twixes from the chocolate bar aisle instead.
Ooh, doing big Halloween.
So we were able to find one big tub of sweet shop favourites. Dick tubs. Yeah.
Tubs.
I think it was called Sweet Shop Favourites, and it just has like drumsticks and Parma violets and refreshers and stuff. But they're all for me now, so no big loss. Did you guys get anything? Anyone?
Did you get any, Ben?
Well, I was streaming.
Did you get any rampant knocks at the doors that you feverishly ignored?
Because my partner had a plan. It's her birthday, by the way, when this episode releases. So happy birthday!
Hey,
but she had a plan, and by God, it worked because neither of us could. I mean, this was the first time that I've lived in a house for Halloween in a good long time because I've been a flat boy for years and years and years. Mm-hmm. And so I was thinking, well, I'm streaming, so at least I don't have to deal with it. But also, people knocking on my door, and I have to give them things for free. Ugh. What is this, communist country?
Insert country? A flipping cost of living crisis on. Why should I have to feed these kids?
So she came up with a brilliant idea, which is that she had bought some similar sweet favourites to the ones you're mentioning, Peter, with drumstick lollies and the like.
Yeah.
As part of a birthday gift for me back in May. The remaining sweets have been languishing in a drawer since then, and we also got an abundance of fortune cookies from a local Chinese place. Now, this may have been a comment on the amount of Chinese food that was ordered, but I shit you not, they put like 30 fortune cookies in the bag.
Imagine if you'd opened them all and all the fortunes had been completely contradictory. That would have ruined the magic that you definitely believed in up to that point.
It would have completely destroyed the illusion of getting a Chinese takeaway. I would have been devastated. But we had a drawer full of those, basically. So what she did was she put a little sign in the window that said, and this is partly true, that said that our wonderful kitten, Pippa, has recently undergone surgery and we have to keep her inside. Now, the truth is, we have to keep her inside all the time anyway, so it doesn't really make any difference at all. And so, we can't open the door. However, please help yourself to something from the bowl. And she put out the remaining crappy 6-month-old sweets.
Right.
And the free, stale fortune cookies.
Oh my God.
And a few of them were gone, not many. It didn't seem like many people were doing it round our way.
Right.
But by far the most popular choice were the fortune cookies. We managed to offload some of our stale fortune cookies. It was a win-win. We didn't have to buy anything. We just got rid of old shit. It was amazing.
They probably all had loads of refreshers already. There's an interesting thing. You get to open it and read the fortune, and
palate cleanser as well. And in the process, you've poisoned the entire neighbourhood of children. So good going you.
Mm-hmm. We clear out our cupboard. It's brilliant. I'm going to put pasta out next year. See what happens. What about you, Mikey? Yeah, you had some crazy dressing up in your office, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
You did some dressing up.
I fully leaned into my furry side and I wore a sexy Garfield outfit with a neck choker on. And in our office competition, I think I won least scary costume.
Oh, brilliant.
I think it's pretty scary.
Yeah, it was weird. I did get into it like the whole night. I was walking around meowing and kind of pretending to lick the back of my paws.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's too much, man.
Yeah, it's quite fun
though.
though.
Doing that.
At work, still, all my costume is just on my desk still because I don't want to put it away. I don't want to touch it. So it's just there as a reminder,
Why
looking
don't
up
you
at
want
me.
to touch it? What's wrong with it?
I don't know, it feels tainted. It's
Feels
weird.
dirty,
Okay.
yeah.
The gloves are nice though. I might wear the gloves around the office. They're very soft. I did a little drink of a syringe of alcohol, and it squirted all in my mouth and all over my costume. So now I've got bloody red cat paws.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So
Did you have anyone knock at the door though?
No, sadly, not a single person knocked at our door as well. So all round, a pretty quiet Halloween for us all. But lesson learned: fortune cookies. That's how you get the kids
That's
to come.
it, man. You got to hold on to these. I already offload my prawn crackers onto Peter every time. I cycle in with them and like here's
the
a
damp
sack of
plastic
prawn
bag filled
crackers.
with prawn crackers. Oh.
Yeah, and
like
you know what? He's only said no once, and I respect that a lot.
Yeah, it's like a tithe where people used to leave like big sheaves of wheat in the monastery, the local monastery, to keep the monks happy. And just brings in prawn crackers occasionally, just to keep me on side. I think that's how it works.
It's much like that bit from Time Splitter's Future Perfect. I bring it in and I throw it on his desk, and I just sort of scream in his face, Princess, got some lovely food for you.
That's
Peter
it.
sort of makes a sort of guttural, horrifying sort of, what's he called? The guy who's actually turns out is really problematic in hindsight, but he did the horror, the cosmic horror. What's he called? What's his name? The guy. Cthulhu. What's he called?
Fucking Lovecraft.
Yeah,
Lovecraft. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah,
why
just
did that
don't ask
escape
him
me?
what his dog was called. Don't ask him that.
Oh yeah, see that's part of the problem. But Peter makes sort of like a guttural Lovecraftian noise, and then I know we're gonna have a good week. It's gonna be a good week of content this week.
That's right.
He's had his prawn crackers.
I like to think that when you give Peter the prawn crackers, he doesn't eat them because he's so sick of them at this point. So he just fills his sink with water and drops them in there and watches them dissolve
and they just
before him.
Hey, it might do that
Takes them
next
to the
time.
local raccoon enclosure and sees how they deal with loss.
Yeah. To use someone else's anecdote, given that I don't have any, because no one arrived at our house, Ashton from work said that she heard a boy go to their door. He got a Twix from their box of actual chocolate bars, and as he turned around and ran back down the pathway, shouted to his mum, "Mum, Twix!" Like he was really pleased with it. Like
That's the jackpot, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it is. Yeah.
You've made
Apart from the
that.
fortune cookie, you know.
Oh. Did you ever get given crisps when you treated Trickett as a kid?
We
think so.
we got worse than that. We there was a little row of houses in our village where mostly old people lived, and on the same night we stopped at one house, and just to live up to the stereotype, an old man brought a plate of Werther's Originals, which they're not that bad, but you know, it was very much an old man sweet.
Yeah.
And then another couple of doors down, a woman brought her fruit bowl to the door. This very old lady, and it wasn't even good fruit. The apples were all sort of wrinkly and squishy. So we sort of took one apple very politely, and then I think we just like chucked it into the woods or something a little bit later on.
Oh, Doris, you got to try harder than that.
Yeah.
Man, not what it used to be, eh? Trick or treating used to be thankful to get your apple, and now they can't even give away bloody sweets.
Yeah.
Can't get rid of them. And anyway, we should stop talking about Halloween because it's all about burning someone who tried to kill a monarch alive.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
still
what
remembered
we're about
fondly
now
to
in
this
the
day.
UK. Let's set off fireworks and scare the shit out of cats. Here we go.
Yes.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Podiots, the official Vidiots podcast. It's a conversational podcast where we take some questions from you at home and obey the law of the three Ers, where everybody brings
A thing along to talk about.
I'm Ben.
I'm Peter.
And I'm Michael. Hello.
Hey, guys, how
Hi.
you doing?
Yeah, doing great, thanks. How are
Doing
you?
a big thumbs up right now that I realise you can't see, but hopefully the enthusiasm of the thumbs comes through my voice.
Feel it. I can feel the thumbs up. Very exciting. Don't suppose you've heard anything more about Shrek's Swamp, have you, Mikey?
No, I have been periodically checking the Airbnb listing. They better open it up soon, because it's getting into the wintry season. It's not a nice time to be getting swampy with it.
No,
No, it's not. No.
Shrek. I'm just going to give it a quick search again and see if there's any news, but I wouldn't get your hopes up.
Speaking of Shrek and sort of meme-y, sort of adjacent characters to the podcast, did you know that another Mr. Blobby costume is available for sale at the moment?
I did not.
It was
how much?
submitted. Well, I'll send you the listing, not just because you want to see how much it is, but because there is a horrifying photo. I mean, to go back to Halloween, this is the real horror coming right now. But it was submitted as a thing by The Impressionist, at The Impressionist on Twitter. I thought, let's not go over old ground and talk about blobby sales, but here is the listing, and can I direct you towards... Hang on, here we go. Can I direct you towards the photos available? And the third last photo is taken from the inside of Mr. Blobby's head.
Oh no! Are those blood stains?
I don't know what they are. There's some mystery stains. It's just like it kind of it's like the point of view of someone who wakes up in a nightmare or something, and they realise that they are inside the suit and have been all along or something.
It kind of looks like a nightmare duck from the inside.
Yeah, it does look like some sort of duck.
So what I'm learning from this, having just done a quick Google, is that Mr. Blobby's eyes are very much on the side of his head, or at least the vision holes are on the side of Mr. Blobby's head, which does mean, I think, that he is prey.
He's prey, yeah, which is probably reassuring.
It gives him a larger field of vision to search for predators.
Yeah.
I don't know who the natural predators are of Mr. Blobby in the wild, but he is prey.
Noel Edmonds, I think.
Wow, this
upsetting.
is a well-loved Mr. Blobby suit. It's so wrinkly and crinkly.
It's made for a Danish spin-off of the popular British light entertainment show Noel's House Party. The costume was made by the BBC's costume supplier to be used on Graven Par Hitter Godset, but the show was cancelled after 6 episodes and the costume ultimately not used.
Hey, well, their loss.
Looks pretty
It looks
used.
like it's been...
Yeah.
It
what
really
the hell?
does. There are some fantastic isolated shots of Blobby in this.
It's had some considerable use.
My favourite picture of isolated Blobby is just his torso and head with
Yeah,
arms and legs ripped off.
It's so weird, isn't it?
Oh, it does look like some kind of crime scene, like from like the leg pictures onwards, where it's just the separated legs, and
It's
then
like
just
evidence.
it's like he was hit by a train, and this is what they're able to find.
The first, second, and third photos look like Mr. Blobby on his first day of school, and I can't. Like his mum's told him to go stand outside the front of the house in his uniform. He's got his arms by his side and he's smiling.
Oh, look how smart you are!
Yeah.
He's so smart. Look how smart he is.
He's got his big bow tie, yeah.
It's lovely.
Do you think someone must be wearing that for the photo?
Yeah.
Just
I mean, I'd
creepy
put a
to
mannequin
think
in it, I think, just so
Yeah.
it would always be on display.
I've-
Unbelievable.
I scroll down the page, and you can buy a Nutty Professor
Yeah, I'm
mask.
looking at that as well.
Absolutely
It doesn't look anything
horrifying.
like him.
No.
What the hell is
Hang
that?
on. Why is the starting bid £1,200? Is it real?
On the
I
Nutty
guess
Professor-
so.
Oh yeah, this is all real stuff. This is like a film memorabilia, like a prop auction place.
So that's the one that Eddie... But it doesn't look like the screenshot they've attached at all.
What's with the teeth and the? Is that from a certain scene where?
Yeah, there's
you
another
can see
still
a
there. It says
screenshot.
when he's
Yeah.
reverting from fat the Nutty Professor to, sexy Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
As we all know, everyone wants to look like Eddie Murphy, and so that was the desire. I think that was the message of the film. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Why not? We all love a Nutty Professor. That's what I got out of it.
Yeah.
Me too. I haven't seen the Nutty Professor in ages. It's really upsetting, actually. I don't like looking at that one.
Well, if anyone does want a Mr. Blobby costume, its estimate is between $2,000 and $4,000 that'll go for, which is a sharp decline in the Blobby costume market after the initial heady highs of tens of thousands just a mere year ago.
Yeah.
It is. We should save up, to be honest. I think it's time to buy a bit of blobberabilia, memorabilia, perhaps. And if you want to do that, there's only one way you can do it. and that's going to podiots.com, which will redirect you to our Streamlabs donation link. If you give £3 or more there, not only will you help us save up for some blobbier, that's not good, but you'll also support us and get a shout out at the beginning and the end of the podcast and join Pod Squad. Mikey's going to kick us off.
We begin with finally caught up with the pod. They give us a generous donation, thank you very much, and they say, finally caught back up after a lengthy accidental hiatus. Glad to be listening weekly, living in the walls again, and hanging out in the Discord. Gravy bye.
Gravy bye.
Vidiotsofficial.com/Discord. If you want to go hang out. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We continue with Raindrop Joy, Airplane Aisle, Slip and Slide.
Oh.
That's good. Oh, wait, that means poop, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh. And Cowboys Don't Cry, Fred. Thank you.
We have also got Stephen Skodes, I Sent Mikey Bird Seeds Nuts, Lord Brotovich, Guy Farts Night, and Our Lord Boppis Christ.
And finally, we have Ben Potter, no relation, Mr. Macca, extra 50p's garlic my balls.
Oh.
And Brian Boppisfield. Thank you so much, Pod Squad, for this week. Podiots.com. £3 or more to get a shout out at the beginning and the end of the show. Do you guys have a favourite out of those?
I mean, Airplane Aisle, Slip and Slide is horrible, but also quite amusing.
It's a good image.
Thanks to those who managed to squeeze into that Pod Squad, because we're recording, I think, less than 7 days after our previous recording. So, we're having to do an early one this time.
Thank you, Pod Squad. We love you. Peter, you are question boy.
That's right. I've got questions. They've been submitted by the listeners/viewers at home. And we've all got one to read. Who would like to go first? Any desperate takers? Anyone really want to get in there?
Sure.
Right. Go
I'll
for
do
it.
it.
Yeah.
Go on, Ben.
I will.
Go on.
Watch me do it. This is from Oppressive Squid at Oppressive Squid on Twitter. Thank you so much. The headline reads, this is from ABC Australia News. Tasmania's big potato topples in high wind, but family of Premier vows icon to return after makeover.
Ooh.
I'm really sorry. Could you read that once more? That was quite a lot of words in a short space of time.
There's a lot to unpack, isn't there? There's a really good photo that I will send you. And I want you to look at it while I read this, because it will really help you visualize the headline. Here we go.
My God.
Tasmania's big potato being capitalised here in this headline, topples in high wind, but family of Premier, also capitalised, vows icon to return after makeover.
Good.
You with me?
Yes. I'm glad this has happened. Well, maybe I'm not.
Glad this has happened?
Wow, you
sad
bastard.
news.
It's a disaster.
I'm glad this has hit the news because, like a glove, one of our community members did send some time ago a Wikipedia article called Australia's Big Things, because this is a thing that Australia have, where they have lots of different big things in towns, and it just didn't. If I'd brought it along as a thing, it would have just been me listing all the big things they have. So now we've got something else to go with it. You can give us the meat and potatoes, Ben, and then maybe at the end I can list a few more big things if they're not mentioned in the article.
I'd love to. America does that a lot, as satirized in The Simpsons, which is mainly how I know about it.
Yeah.
Here we go. This is by Meg Powell. I'm scrolling. Lots of stuff there. A giant of Tasmanian pop culture has tumbled from its lofty position above a highway. Kenny, the Kennebec potato, a fiberglass and cement sculpture, has been greeting vehicles on the Bass Highway from the top of a pole in the rural community of, Sassafras for 40 years.
Wow.
But after a tragic string of events, which I would really love to know what the tragic string of events are.
Not specified.
Lost his wife, lost his job.
Spud, after a battle with gambling addiction, the supersized Spud has fallen down. A truck backed into the pole about 2 or 3 weeks ago and weakened it, retired farmer and Kenny's maker Rick Rockcliffe explained. The strong wind over the weekend finished the job off, but it was always solidly built, so it's very superficial damage. Oh my God. I don't know if you are getting this from the same article, Peter, but there's a hyperlinked article here that says Australia's worst big thing.
Oh, okay.
worst
No,
big
that's
thing.
I've
Alright.
got just the Wikipedia list article that has all of their big things, and there are flipping loads of them. But I don't know what the worst one is.
I'll send you that just to do some light reading while I'm finishing this story, because the photo looks rubbish, I must say. I want
Oh
to
my
know more.
god!
Oh, what?
Mr. Rockcliffe said it was good timing, as the family had been intending to take the sculpture down to fix it up. We've taken it back home to restore it, he said. The big Spud might be the country's second largest potato. What? Why?
It's not even number one. Jesus.
But it's possibly the favourite after the giant potato at Robertson in New South Wales was voted the worst big thing. Spoiler. Okay, there we go.
That's the
Wow.
thing. The biggest, the worst big thing is an even bigger potato that is not in any way anthropomorphized. It's just a giant,
It's just a
oval.
massive Spud thing that's
Yeah.
laying on its side. Okay, there's Kenny on his pole. He's pretty bad, actually.
looks
He's
like-
kind of haunting.
It looks like Humpty Dumpty.
It
Or
does
like
look like Humpty Dumpty, yeah.
Humpty Dumpty if he was like a boiled chicken, not boiled chicken, a rotisserie chicken. Good God, that thing is horrifying. It
Why does
genuinely
it
looks
say
like a
vote
nursery tale.
one? What is that? What is badge?
I don't know.
What's his
I don't
politics?
know.
He does
The
look like
story
a,
is...
he's like a sentient doner kebab, isn't he?
This story is surprisingly lengthy, given that we know everything about it from the headline.
Yeah.
Kenny's a model veggie, reads the subtitle of the next part. A farmer from the heart of Tasmania's vegetable region. Mr. Rockcliffe said Kenny had started as an advertising gimmick in the early 1980s. How long has he been up there?
Oh my god.
The family had a small business at the time selling potatoes from the side of the road off the back of a covered wagon like the Wild West, it says in quotes. We decided then that we'd build a proper little setup there, and the Big Spud was part of the advertising campaign, he said. It's an exact replica of a Kennebec potato with arms and legs
Hat and all.
And a hat.
and eyes. Mr. Rockcliffe said he had chosen a good one from his farm, cut it into sections, and then built a scale model in his workshop out of wire mesh, cement, and fiberglass with the help of a couple of mates. He confirmed long-standing rumours that Tasmanian Premier Jeremy Rockcliffe, Mr. Rockcliffe's son, had a hand in the early stages of making the Spud. Okay, so Premier, they're talking about a political person.
Right.
Yeah, we don't really say that, but I think in Australia and America, the premier is like, it's just the local political leader, I think, in a kind of a local scale. Yeah.
Potato icon. Premier Jeremy Rockcliffe. It's done pretty well considering the weather conditions it's experienced over that long period of time, Mr. Rockcliffe added. Jeremy Rockcliffe acknowledged the family mishap in a Facebook post. Those winds must have been stronger than we thought at Sassafras over the weekend, he said. Extreme winds and trucks are not the only trials Kenny has faced since his creation, though. When he was brand new, he was very sparkly, Mr. Rockcliffe recalled with a chuckle. But he's withstood the weather for the last 40 years. And, oh my God, and shotgun blasts and bullet holes and all sorts of things.
What?
He did not confirm who had shot Kenny.
Oh my God.
Rival towns or something, maybe.
I was not expecting that.
They'd be doing dry
Bloody
fries
hell.
in the car.
Yeah. Oh, dry
it's-
fries. Oh, Mikey.
This article keeps going, and it sort of veers into satire because they've included memes. I'm going to send you one of the memes now. Let me know what you think of that.
That's a good one. Ah,
Oh, good grief.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's it? Sorry, what it's what probably one of the world's greatest disasters. Yeah, that's
For context, without describing it in graphic detail, that's a 9/11 meme about Kenny the potato falling in this ABC News article that
Yeah.
they embedded. Miraculously, this article continues.
Oh, no.
It's not the end of the road for Kenny, who is currently being given a makeover. However, Mr. Rockcliffe flagged potential difficulties in returning him to his position. The biggest problem today will be bureaucracy, he said. When we put it up, we just put it up. But these days, you've got to go through planning processes and all sorts of things. We might need some public support for that. A council spokesperson said approval would not be required for an existing structure unless significant changes were made. Tasmania's social media pages have been awash with memes making light of Kenny's predicament. Bad meme. There's also him bursting through the Berlin Wall.
Oh God.
There's a series of him as Stonehenge.
Okay.
And that is thankfully, That's the end of the article, and there are no comments underneath.
Oh,
Can I interest you in some photos of other big things?
Yes,
from different towns.
I can't believe Kenny was shot.
This is the big prawn from Ballina, which is an eyesore.
That's a good prawn.
I quite like it. That's good.
Yeah. We've got a big sheep from Karunda.
That is a thick sheep.
An absolute unit, isn't it? Then there is the big bee from Kingscote.
I can't wait to see this guy.
Look at this. It's a big image as well. It's taken a while to upload.
Still looking at the big sheep at the moment.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, no.
That guy is not well.
But my favourite, in Humpty Doo, which appears to be an actual place.
Australia is just the greatest country, isn't it?
The big crocodile.
It's got boxing gloves.
Look at its eyes. You can barely see them, but it's sort of rolling them back in its head.
My God.
Absolutely amazing. The bee's my favourite because it looks utterly horrifying. That's supposed to be welcoming in children to the island beehive where they can come for honey tastings and snacks and ice cream.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
It looks like to what's it called? To Bug's Life. What the ants are to the movie Ants.
Yeah.
Where in Bug's Life or A Bug's Life, they were kind of cutesy and nice and Pixarized, and then in Ants with a Z, they were kind of harsh and angular and scary looking.
Yeah, what was up with that? It just looks so chiseled and horrible. Like legitimately disgusted me.
What's that chin? He's got a goatee as well. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's far too angular. It is a lot like the ants, actually.
Ants.
He's got human hands as well.
Springy hands are on springs.
Desperately trying to add all of these images to the thread now, or at least the bee and the crocodile. Anyway,
valiant work. Well, there we are. That's my user submitted thing.
Speaking of big things, I talked about Gary the gorilla many months ago now when he was stalling outside of a garden centre in Scotland. Sadly, there's still no sign of Gary.
Oh,
so I think
Gary.
At this point, they've genuinely made off with an 8-foot gorilla, and he's just living in someone's garden now. Maybe they've shipped him overseas, and he's out. He's being trafficked through world countries now. But yeah,
I really think he's a real gorilla.
Doesn't like his bananas, does he? Oh, what's wrong with him? He's gone, and I don't think the garden centre are putting up much of a fight anymore. They're not even like carrying on the jokes and the condolences really and the rest in pieces. They've moved on.
It was a real roller coaster, that story, wasn't it? Because do you remember, like a couple of days later, someone posted a photo of a very very similar looking gorilla statue just being towed on the motorway, and they were like, "Is this him?" And then there was like official confirmation that is not Gary.
That's not Gary.
Yeah.
Hashtag not my Gary.
Not my Gary.
For those who want to know more about big things, if you've seen some of the ones in the thread, there are honestly dozens and dozens of them. If you search Australia's big things on Wikipedia, you will not believe how many there are. Most of them are just a bit boring. They're like just a giant wine bottle or a fish or something. But
that's fantastic. I would drive to that. Mm-hmm. Get a photo with that, send it to my grandma. She'd be like, "What's that?" But I'd love it. I'd have a great time.
Yeah, sounds good. Well, Mikey, would you perhaps like to...
I'm sorry, I just Googled big things. Yeah, all right, so the big potato that was pictured in your first link, Ben, that was named the worst big thing. There's another alternative version of this big potato with a face.
Oh, that's so much worse.
Oh my God.
Why did they do that?
Why was that not included?
I don't even know how to describe that.
It's like a Mr. Potato Head, but big and
it is. That's what it is.
Paper mache.
That's what they're going for. Mr. Potato Head.
That's absolutely horrifying. Good God.
What's it? Greetings from Robertson, the home of the big potato. These guys have got to agree on who is the home of the big potato.
Well, interestingly, the one... I've already forgotten his name. What's the one that you've just been talking about?
Kenny.
Is listed as the big Spud on Wikipedia, not the big potato.
Okay.
So maybe that's the difference.
The big Spud.
Damn.
Wow, that's great. Mikey, would you like to do your self-brought thing?
I would be enamoured to do so. Have you boys ever farted in front of your partners?
Yes.
Yes.
Were you ever? Was the first time you did that ever celebrated?
Maybe ironically to sort of test the waters,
yeah,
so to speak.
I'm aware that it can be treated as a milestone for some people. Like, whoa, we've crossed a barrier here. This is great news.
Well, for this particular Australian couple, we're staying in the Australia theme. This was apparently an event worthy of celebration, and then that celebration was worthy of your favourite online rags to then make a story about. So,
Great.
I'm going to read the headline here. Whoopee! Girlfriend finally farts in front of her boyfriend after being together for 3 years, in all caps.
This
And
is an Onion article. I'm calling it.
No, sadly, this is real life, baby. And he buys her a cake to celebrate. Get ready
If he
for
doesn't
some.
like her cake, then he's missed a trick.
Get ready for some truly bottom drawer journalism. Oh boy.
Very good. It is beans time.
It is bean time. Ryan McErlean, 24, bought girlfriend Kaylee Warren, 21, a cake after she farted. This is the 3 bullet points at the beginning of the article. This is giving you the headline facts before we get into the nitty gritty. A Gold Coast couple made pact that when Mrs. Warren farted, they would celebrate. And one night, Mrs. Warren let it rip in front of her boyfriend and was gifted a cake.
Wow.
Great.
3 years to
kind of
me
cake?
seems like quite a long time to not fart in front of a partner. In
That is
fact,
quite
a very
impressive.
long time.
Yeah. Actually, I think I don't know if maybe she's been hiding them, but I mean, maybe we'll find out in the article. Woo! A girlfriend was left red-faced after her partner surprised her with a decorated cake. Wait for it. To smellybrate her first fart in front of him. I read that. I was really on the fence about bringing this article in, and then I saw the word smellybrate. I was like, yeah, you know what? That's it. It's done. Got it. Smellybrate her first fart in front of him after 3 years. Ryan purchased the cheesecake to say congratulations to his girlfriend, Kylie, after she let rip with an embarrassing fart while in bed next to him last week. Good God.
That's
This
a
is
dangerous
drivel.
place to do it, the first fart. In bed.
The sheets they compound and increase the
no.
smell. That's a hell of a way to be introduced. The Gold Coast couple made a pact a month into their 3-year relationship that if Mrs. Warren ever farted in front of Mr. McErlean, he would buy her a sweet treat. But Miss Warren never expected the hand-iced $40 cake her boyfriend delivered her after she accidentally trumped in the night. Oh, so it was a sleep fart as well.
Oh, so she has been trying to hide it, I think, by the sounds of it.
Wow. Everyone finally slips out in the dead of night when she can't control it. Wow.
This has got to be sort of humiliating for it to go viral. Like
Well, this is the
hasn't it?
thing. She's clearly very, very embarrassed, or shy about it, given that even her partner of 3 years, she didn't want them knowing that she farts, or she didn't want them to hear it. But now the entire world is talking about her one bed fart. It's very strange.
And to make sure you really know who's done the farting, the article has 5 pictures of the couple throughout.
Oh no,
She's
they've
posed for
stolen
it,
those
though.
from Facebook, haven't they?
She knows what's happening here.
Oh yeah, she's getting her 5 minutes of fame. Go on, send the photographer around for a bit, get some photos with him. You know the drill.
Man.
And I'm gonna send over the picture of the cake now, and I'll read what the icing says. Took you 3 years. Congratulations for finally farting. The icing read on the celebratory cake.
That Asda in Bristol has printed more embarrassing things for us, I think, than that.
And come out and said, "Is this right? Is this
right?
Is this what you wanted?" Yeah, that's it.
Baby monkey John Deere, yes. That
The
is
scanned-in photo of my actual phone in the scanner device. With the
I think
image
it's a
on
rude
screen.
Oh
fuck's
God.
sake.
Mr. McErlean shared the hilarious story online, which saw the post going viral on Facebook, of course. There's always say these posts go viral on Facebook, but we never have the proof. They never put any of the Facebook posts in here. I bet it got racking up thousands of likes and shares. Wow. Isn't the internet great? But Kaylee is more polite when it comes to that sort of... Oh, I skipped a line there, and there's going to be very important detail I've missed. With me, it was like... Wait, what? What does that mean? With me, Oh, right. For him to
talking.
fart in a relationship, he said, with me, it was like 3 hours or maybe a matter of days.
3
He
hours?
got in there quick.
Wow, that's a bit soon, mate.
Yeah, how at
Couldn't
least...
wait to fart in front of her.
Oh, you bet this is funny, don't you, darling? But Kaylee is more polite when it comes to that sort of thing. So maybe a month or two into our relationship when I hadn't... heard one yet, I said it to assure it was an all right thing to do. It was to break the ice. 3 years of extreme reluctance and denial later, she finally slipped up. Oof, she finally got her.
God.
Oh dear. I spent $40 on the cake and Kaylee started laughing when she saw it. She thought it was incredible. It's something everything can relate to as a couple. It's something everything can relate to as a couple.
Everything.
Everything.
A $40 cake is £21.
That's
Wow.
not that impressive, I don't think. But I'm glad she's
You
happy.
should have spent more to humiliate his partner.
I mean, if you're going to go sending it to the Daily Mail, then yeah, why not? If you're going
it's a
to have your
£20
face
cake.
plastered.
And a message to the tabloids. I mean,
Come on. Right, God, there's a lot more article to go, so I'm going to try and skim through it because I think it is the same old story, regurgitating the same information.
yes.
In his viral post, Mr. McErlian said when he heard his girlfriend fart at 2 a.m., he was filled with pure surprise and joy, as it was so loud it woke her up before she attempted to blame the pet dog. Good.
Oh, God.
We don't need to hear about how Mr. McErlian's the lead singer of a band. That's fine. He's more known for his fart escapades now.
Yes.
We don't need to hear how they met either. I'm sorry, guys, but I'm just here for the farts. The couple who lived together ate the cake, which read, yep, we know what it read, took you 3 years. Congratulations for finally farting. With friends on Tuesday last week, so they made an occasion of it,
With
which I think is quite sweet. Do you want to eat some who cut the cheesecake? Yeah.
Indeed, yeah. That was my thought.
When I bought it, the cake. When I bought the cake, the guy in the shop was surprisingly chilled about it and said he'd had weirder requests. I bet he had.
Tiny Monkey John Deere.
Tiny Monkey John Deere. I think the Sparrow Vor was really when we nearly got banned from that. That was the bad one.
That was the first one we took in there.
Oh man. Oh, start bold.
Started strong, yeah.
People were bragging about how quickly they farted in front of people. It's good to get your mind off the situation we're in, I guess. If a fart cake does that, then I've done my job.
Well, we've all technically been in a relationship with each other for like 6 years, and I think Mikey's the only one who's farted in front of any of us so
Yeah,
far.
I think that's true.
Really? Yeah, what the hell, guys? Come on, get it together.
You farted in front of the entire audience on microphone.
did. The world, and were featured in fart porn forums.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've maybe gone too far into the fart end of things, but I think 6 years now. You guys owe me one at least, so your cheesecakes will be on the way the second it happens.
All right. I do like cheesecake. Peter can't have cheesecake, though.
Oh, can you have the biscuity base of a cheesecake? I can just scrape off the cheese for you.
Well, I could potentially.
Well, that's crap. Just give him a packet of digestives at that point.
If I ate the whole cheesecake, I could then produce far more farts. So everyone would be a winner there. And then you'd have to get me more cake, and it would I would be dead within hours.
It really is a sharing experience, isn't it? Because after all, it's not me thing. It's our thing.
That's true.
That's where the article rounds up. But I am going to read one comment from the comments because they're always a treat. This one comes from The Wife 2019, and they say, took me 2 years, I was pregnant, and horrendous morning sickness just pushed one out, not stopped since. Nice one, cheers.
Good for you. Live your truth. Live your truth.
Yeah.
Good God. And that is my thing. Good Lord. Isn't that it?
That's great.
I want cheesecake
Thank
now,
you,
actually.
Michael.
God.
I'm a bit disappointed that none of the listeners submitted that, to be honest. That's peak Podiots, that story. Do better.
Farting and caking.
Yeah.
Thank you, boys.
Thank you very much. So I have got my story now submitted by the audience. This was sent by Glenn Donnelly at Funky Cobra with a 0 on Twitter.
So cool. Love that guy.
This is according to Sky News, written by, it doesn't say, maybe at the bottom, do we care?
Rupert Murdoch.
I can't even, written by Rupert. I can't even cite the writer of this because they don't do it on Sky News, apparently. But anyway, beer belly wrestling and mud duel to feature in the first Florida Man Games.
Oh, brilliant.
Ooh.
The games
How
will
many
offer...
people are going to die?
Well, we'll see, yeah. The games will offer an opportunity to live like a Florida man for a day and was inspired by headlines detailing the outlandish behaviour of individuals in the state. We have covered Florida Man in a fairly early episode of this podcast. Basically, it's almost a game where if you type in Florida Man and like your date of birth or your first name or almost anything, you can come up with a unique story about something that a Florida man has done. Normally, it's something he's been arrested for. And so everyone finds their own Florida man story and compares it. Right, so here we go. An evading arrest obstacle course where real police officers chase participants is the headline event at a bizarre competition in Florida that will poke fun at its own citizens. The Florida Man phenomenon has been an internet mainstay for around a decade, largely thanks to a Twitter account that posts real headlines detailing the outlandish behaviour of individuals in the state. Florida Man desperate for ride to Hooters calls 911. Florida Man arrested for trying to get an alligator drunk. And Florida Man tries to steal rack of ribs by stashing it in his pants are just a few favourites.
Wow.
So busy are the outlandish Florida men that there's even a Florida Man birthday challenge. Oh, I've already talked about this, where you Google the trend and your birthday to find out what a wacky Floridian was up to on your special day. Disclaimer in italics: your search results may not be as tame as the ones we have included above. A few Floridians have embraced the stereotypes that come with these strange headlines by creating the Florida Man Games. Described as the most insane athletic showdown on Earth by its organisers, the games scheduled for 24th of February 2024 are... Come on. Is this... When was this
written?
They? Oh no, it was the 26th of October. This was. I thought this might be an old story, but no, we're fine. The game scheduled for the 24th of February 2024 will involve the evading arrest obstacle course, in which contestants jump over fences and through yards while being chased by real police officers.
What? Are the police officers taking part, or are they just committing crimes beforehand?
Just before, yeah. Everyone stands at the start line, punches someone else, and then runs. Hang on, where was I? There will also be the Category 5 cash grab, where participants try to grasp as much money in a wind-blowing booth. I guess it's like the end of the Crystal Maze. And also the weaponized pool noodle mud duel and beer belly wrestling. There's then just an iStock photo of a man doing a bouncy castle obstacle course, but given that the events haven't taken place yet, it's nothing to do with the actual...
No, he's wearing protective gear. That definitely wouldn't happen in the real thing. What was the beer belly thing, sorry?
Just beer belly wrestling. That's just what it's called.
Beer belly... So just fat guys.
Yeah, I guess so.
Cool. Sounds sick. I'm in.
We thought, how can we really play on these Florida Man headlines that we hear so much about? The event's creator, Pete Melfi, told the Orlando Sentinel. Whoa, the Orlando Sentinel.
Bloody hell, this is a real story.
Yeah. Someone gave me the idea to make it into an athletic competition, he said. It's going to be a wild day of mud games and Florida-style obstacle courses. It's going to really be an opportunity to live that Florida Man life for a day. Two former stars of the hit 1990s television show American Gladiators have agreed to serve as referees during the insane all-day-long event.
Jet.
The event is open to all residents of Florida, with teams entering together and competing for what organisers have referred to as the Gatorhead Trophy. They have specifically stated that being athletic is not required at all to enter. General admission tickets to the event are $45. That's £37.
Oh, that's a lot.
And then the article just ends there.
Damn.
Wow.
I mean,
I would be tempted to go and witness that, to be fair.
Yeah, it does sound pretty chaotic, and I'm sure the beer will be flowing.
Oh, yes.
We should do a follow-up. When is it happening?
Not until February 2024.
Oh, man.
Okay, yeah. So many people are going to die at this event.
Yeah,
We
they
need
probably
we
are.
need to follow up.
Yeah. There's also, on the read more, at the bottom of the article, I think just because it probably does it. It's an automated thing based on keywords. There's some Florida Man stories hyperlinked. So, Florida Man resurfaces after a record 100 days living underwater. And
Wow.
What?
that's
What?
How
crazy.
wrinkly
I don't
do you
know
want
what
to
that
be?
means.
Yeah, I need some context for that. Surely he wasn't holding his breath.
No, I don't think so. I think he probably had tubes and stuff to send food down. I wonder how pruny he was. He will have been so wrinkly.
Yeah.
And Florida
That's
Man
Andrew
arrested.
Ryan. Show some respect.
Yeah. Florida Man arrested after cashier tricks him into taking a seat during robbery.
Wow.
That's great.
Oh my God. Incredible.
So
Sit
there you
here,
go.
pretend to be a mannequin. No one will spot you.
Yes. It works.
Yeah. Oh, it says you can listen to this article, audio created using AI assistance. Is it a robot reading it?
I'm not a fan of AI voiceover, I must
it's
say.
not good. It's not good. Let
No,
me link you to
they're
it.
mostly not good. They're mostly not good.
I mean, it's not terrible, but
Thankfully.
it's definitely a robot. Just at the very top.
Newspapers,
Right,
hire
okay.
Ben Potter to read your articles. It'll be better than this.
Yeah.
Alex,
Oh yeah, that's just Microsoft Sam. That's a crap one. But I've
Yeah.
heard a lot of people use it on like Facebook Reels and Instagram, whatever the fucks, and TikToks and stuff. And like, it sounds kind of convincing until you hear a few of them. And you're like, oh, you've got exactly the same guy. Oh, okay, it's a robot, man.
Yeah.
You've got to do that, and that's sad. It's the death of creativity and
is.
skills and arts, and we shouldn't encourage it.
I've seen it on like YouTube list videos and fact videos and stuff, and you don't necessarily
Hate it.
realize straight away. And then there's just
Yeah.
like weird inflections or words that if this person was human, they would be able to read that properly. And the only
Yeah.
reason anyone would get that wrong is because they're a robot. And you're like, oh, okay.
No glottal stops. They string
Yeah.
together words weirdly, or they go in the middle of
Yeah.
like words where there's meant to be two different syllables and they can't quite get the hang. I hate it. Don't do it.
I've noticed like a weird recent trend in completely AI run YouTube channels where it's like an AI voiceover with an AI script with an AI video presenter
Yeah.
edited by AI, where it's just what's hot on the internet right now, funnel that into a machine and spit out a video. And my favorite recent encounter is with a podcast, which was an AI presenter reading out AI made one-liner jokes, and that was the entire podcast.
God.
Just
Oh.
as robots saying robot jokes, and the advert, I heard it a couple of times. I was like, that doesn't sound right. What's up with that? And I searched it and I was like, yep, he's not a real man. It's all bullshit.
In isolation, like as a thing on its own, that's interesting. And obviously, Peter and I have talked about this a lot as far as video games go as well in our day jobs. And it's super impressive, like how far the technology has come. But there simply has to be a better application for this technology beyond costing people work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the shits.
Oh, boy. Yay.
Well, there you go. Ben, it's your turn again to tell us what you have discovered this week, or what has happened, or something. Depends what you brought along.
Yes, I'm going to talk to you about sex coins. Would you like to learn about sex coins?
Yes.
My favorite, yes.
Get your peepers on these sex coins.
Oh my god. Look
These
at
are
those.
Roman sex coins.
Whoa.
I'm going to... Now, I don't speak Latin, but Peter, you live with someone who is well-versed with Latin.
A classics graduate.
A classics graduate. How would you pronounce that word?
Oh. Spintriae? I think that might be a plural of a different word. I think, spintriae, possibly.
Let's go for spintriae, because that word's going to come up a lot. This is an article from ancientorigins.net by Riley Winters that I've sort of truncated a little bit. Spintriae, the Roman sex coins that showed what was on the menu.
Oh, wow. Oh, fun.
Potentially, maybe. We don't know. Let's find out. There is a curiosity that belongs to ancient Roman history which historians are yet to solve. There exists a collection of Roman brass coins or tokens that depict sexual acts on one side and a numeral on the other. They were not part of the normal moneyed economy, and they were used for just a short time in the 1st century. These so-called Roman sex coins may have been used to obtain entry to brothels, pay prostitutes, or even function much like a modern-day menu where customers who did not speak Latin could hand over the token depicting the act they desired. But the truth is, no one really knows.
It's like when you go to a theme park that's like it's like a Victorian town or something, and you have to buy some shillings on the door.
It is, but if you want a particular sexy type, potentially. Again, we don't know. Today, there is a strong negative stigma surrounding the occupation of prostitution. Just to clarify, we're all sex positive and sex work is real work.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In ancient Rome, while everyone certainly had their own views of the practice, it was far more socially acceptable. In fact, brothels were somewhat of a staple in vacation cities like Pompeii and Herculaneum. And then it says in brackets, which is helpful for archaeologists as both of these sites remain frozen in time.
What?
Right.
What?
They all died. They all died. They all got flipping volcano, didn't they? I don't actually know what happened at Hulkamania. Brother. These staples eventually grew to encourage their own form of coinage called, spintriae?
Spintriae or spintriae, yeah, in spintriae.
Spintriae. In the medieval period, though the name is misleading in ancient records, the prevalence of prostitution in Roman culture is highlighted through the wide circulation of these coins and the plethora of imagery in the aforementioned vacation sites in southern Italy. Roman brothel tokens...
Before we get too far away from it, I just want to go back to... Which is helpful because these places are frozen in time. They didn't clarify that they meant... I mean, yeah, it's because of volcanoes, but, like, it just sort of implies that the Doctor has been there with his TARDIS and, like, locked them away or something.
Roman brothel tokens were rather obvious to the everyday money handler. The token had various sexual acts depicted on both the front and rear of the coins, usually the participants on the coin in the act of intercourse. Some depicted phalluses instead, full-formed and often with wings attached, likely indicating the virility of the man using the coin.
Wow.
While male prostitutes and female participants were not uncommon, it was far more common, as far as literature can tell, that wealthy males sought the company of a meretrix or legal female prostitute. However, if you want to pronounce it meretrix and imagine like meerkat in dominatrix gear, you can do that as well.
Excellent.
That's fine.
Well, I mean, on that image that you've sent, it's like the full kind of a big array of multiple coins.
Yes.
The one on the bottom right appears to just be two dogs having sex. Could you just bring your dog along for a bit of a service as well, maybe?
Maybe. Who's to say?
Yeah.
We just don't know, Peter.
No, we don't.
Could have been a dog brothel.
Yeah.
Dogging. Maybe. I don't know.
I do like the little wings, though.
Yes.
They're my favourite. Oh, yes. Dogging Bay.
Dogging Bay.
Yeah, the penis with wings. I like the idea that you could turn up and say, yes, I'll have one of these, please.
Yes,
I'll have a
whatever
virile
this is,
penis,
I
please.
want it. Make my penis sore. Thank you. It is also notable that the tokens predominantly depicted male-female relations rather than relations of the same sex, likely indicating that homosexuality, at least outward homosexuality, had become far less acceptable by the time of the Romans than it was for their predecessors in ancient Greece. One of the most prominent theories about the creation and purpose of the coins was to advertise the prices of sexual acts. Further, in passing a coin between two people, i.e. the buyer and the seller, one could maintain a level of privacy. This would have been particularly important to those of high status who did not want their late-night dalliances known. It is believed by some scholars that... Sorry, Mikey?
As I say, imagine going to the shop to buy a tin of beans and you open your purse and accidentally fall out all your sex coins.
Well, it's like topping up the lecky, isn't it? Maybe you go there and you buy big Twix for the trick-or-treaters and I want 4 dick wing coins.
Yeah, you have to go to the kiosk for that. You can't get that at self-checkout.
Yeah, it's a special Tesco booth job, that. It is believed by some scholars that the sex act depicted on each coin corresponds to the price listed on the opposite face, which has also been considered clever as it is a system that would also have helped dissolve language barriers. If this theory is true, then one must consider that the coins themselves were not forms of payment. Rather, they were more akin to calling cards or order slips. As one would say, I would like a number 4 at McDonald's and pay for the food at the window. An ancient Roman would pass the token with dicks with wings on, maybe, and then subsequently pay for their service before or after it occurred.
Imagine the chaos that could ensue if a time traveller who frequents McDonald's went back to Roman times and asked for a number 4.
Number 4 could be dangerous.
It could
get
be.
the dog one.
Yeah.
A more recent find of a Roman brothel token in London called the Putney token for the bridge it was found near was examined in 2012. As it is known, the Romans had forts, camps, etc. in ancient Britain. The theory that these coins were used to get around language barriers is furthered. Britain's Romanization was slow. Thus, so was the spread of the Roman language. However, an image of sexual intercourse is universally understood. It is possible that these tokens were at some point used as a form of payment. Despite circulating only in brothels and between buyers and sellers, there is an indication that it would have been in the participants' best interest if the coins were worth something. According to Geoffrey Fishburne from the Social Sciences Department of the University of NSW in his article, "Is that a spintria in your pocket or are you just pleased to see me?"
Very good.
It would be extraordinary if this were the case, because then we have evidence of a distinct sub-economy within the larger Roman economy, one with its own distinctive market for sex, and spintriae as a particular type of coin destined for special uses. No other market, so far as I am aware, was so privileged. However, at the end of the day, there is still no certainty around how these Roman sex tokens were used. They could have been nothing more than game pieces, tokens for seals at the theatre, or seats at the theatre, or even coins used at the communal baths. At the very least, they show that the Romans were not conservative when it came to their sexual appetites.
I like the image that you've sent of just the singular coin, which
Yes.
appears to show sort of two people on a table or a bed involved in perhaps something a little bit BDSM, but it looks like under the table there's a very small person just sitting there while
That's
two
weird.
people go at it on the table above them. There's a little peeping Tom sitting down there.
How
Don't know what to
spooky.
make of that.
Very weird.
While you were talking, I did search on eBay sexy Roman coins to see how much they were going for, but sadly I came up short. I couldn't find any.
Oh, no one's selling their sexy tokens.
I'll keep my eyes peeled. Oh, yeah, actually, no, one for £4. Look at that.
Get it!
That's a bargain.
If they
You can
send
take
it
it
to
into
you,
your local McDonald's, maybe.
By
If they-
being sold by Grizzly Gus 18. All right.
Grizzly Gus. No.
like Grizzly Gus.
If you buy it off Grizzly Gus and he sends it to you, does that mean you also have to provide the sexual service, given that he's giving you a coin with that image on it?
You know what, Grizzly Gus, for the coin, I'm willing to do whatever you want. Oh,
Yeah, there's no verification that this is actually real.
I doubt it is. But
I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah.
nice. There you go. Well, you can have that sat around your house for. Oh my God! Don't go on his profile. It gets so much worse.
Really bad.
He's got anime girl sexy coins.
Oh no.
Oh man.
Oh no! He's got an old English coin with just the words "suck my cock" emblazoned into it.
What is this
Grizzly
specialism?
Gus,
of
no.
his?
What is this eBay account you've got?
He has got 100% positive feedback though. Oh my god! I didn't when you said he's got sexy anime girls, I did not expect this kind of sexy anime girl.
I can't
image.
believe Grizzly Gus would run a store like that.
Oh, Grizzly Gus, come on.
Have you
I
seen
found
this
another one
You
that's
must have
slightly
done.
more.
Hang on.
Sorry?
Have you seen this?
Oh my
Good
word!
God,
That's
that's
very explicit.
anime girl
Can't post
crotch.
that. That's bad. That one. It seems most of the ones on eBay are reproductions, obviously, of casts of actual coins.
Yeah.
I'm not as allured anymore. I've got to
Oh,
say.
No,
there's a
that's
George
fair.
V, King George V penny that says "clit fun" on it. Oh, and on the other side it says "bum fun." So take your pick.
That's nice.
Very strange.
One of this person's feedback says he's selling all fake items and coin space apostrophe s. Do not buy. He's scammer for sure.
Oh no, he's scammer for sure.
I can't buy
He
it.
is
I can't buy
scammer
one
for
of these
sure.
coins.
No.
Damn it.
But if you do ever want any fake sexy coins, then Grizzly Gus 18 is your man.
I don't want Grizzly Gus to know where I live.
Yeah, that's true. He's going to send you weird monthly newsletters through the door and letting you know what's going on in the sexy coin world.
Yeah.
It definitely is, yeah.
Oh, dear. Wonderful, Ben. Well, one day you'll find your true Roman coin, but let's not trust Gus.
No.
Well, that was fantastic. Thank you, Ben.
You're welcome.
Is it your turn now, Mikey?
I believe it is.
It is.
For a listener-submitted thing. This one's from Groovy Pasty at Groovy Pasty on Twitter, and this is the return of an old character from one of my things. The headline reads, "Man found guilty of being a gimp." Bum.
We have an update.
The Somerset Gimp has been caught officially just on Halloween, Friday, 27th of October, at the height of mischief. He is found guilty of being a gimp, which is a hell of a crime to be accused of.
Guilty of being a gimp.
There's a weird bylaw there that they managed to nab him on there. A man who brought terror to a village in Somerset has been found guilty by magistrates today. Joshua Hunt, 32, dressed up as a gimp and prowled through the streets of Bleeden, causing panic. He denied 2 counts of causing intentional harassment, alarm or distress, but was found guilty this afternoon. Lucy Lodge, one of his victims, said he was writhing and crawling as if in a military fashion, which is quite the sight. Ugh. I could see the person was wearing very tight, dark clothing and had a mask on their face. The mask was dark and very tight, and 2 white crosses were where the eyeballs should be. Oh God, that is actually... Oh, yeah, it is spook central. This is not a nice thing to see. There's a picture of the mask.
Oh, goodness me.
He was dressed all in black with a shiny black face mask on, and they were face down in a military fashion and writhing and crawling on their belly. Oh dear. When Hunt was arrested, minutes after the second incident, he told police, "I am not a gimp. I do not own a gimp suit. I am not in a gimp suit."
But was he not? If it was minutes after the incident, this is why. So I skim read the article. I wasn't sure whether to bring this back, given that we've already covered it. But I saw that one quote and I thought, what does that mean? He was arrested minutes after being caught, like creeping on someone in a gimp suit, and he's saying, "I am not wearing a gimp suit." Well,
he explains as to what he was doing was not gimping, and it gets weirder, so you're in for a treat.
I've not read the rest of it.
There's a few more quotes about him wearing shiny black stuff. Nice. Someone saw him and said, "I was scared by what he was doing because it was dark and they were dressed like that." Following reports of the second incident, police went to... Is it Bladen? Bladen. It's Bladen. Went to Bladen and spotted a white Berlingo van in a field which was reversing and decided to stop it. PC Declan Coppock spoke to the defendant, who was wearing grey trousers and a black hooded top, and arrested him, with Hunt telling him he was not a gimp. I noticed his skin was extremely wet and damp, suggesting he had been lying on the side of the road, the officer said. Hunt told him, "I am not dangerous. I am a normal person. I have got a few problems." Oh dear, bless him. Okay. Oh, bless him. A search found Hunt was not wearing a t-shirt or any underwear inside his van, and there was a collection of wet black clothing, women's tights, face masks and gloves. There was also a neon white paint used for drawing on the mask, the court heard. He explained he would go out at night, change into black clothing, and go mudding.
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 I can guess from context what that might be.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so he's not a gimp, he's a mudder.
Right.
Okay.
He should enter the Florida games. He would have a good time there.
Oh, yeah, we're going to roll around. Yeah, buy some tickets out. It'll do him good. He said, which a lot of people wouldn't understand. It's something I do to get covered in mud, which is another reason I was there, as it's close to the estuary where there is mud. How many times can we say the word mud? Let's find out. The clothes I wear and face masks are for mudding only, hence why I had them in the vehicle. Time to time, sometimes I just feel so crap about myself, it's a release because I feel like shit, so I cover myself in shit. Oh boy, this boy is going through it. Bless him.
Man.
Happy mudding, I guess. Well, not anymore. Oh, muddy. It never entered my head that what I was doing was frightening people, he said. I apologize to those people. I agree what I was doing is frightening, but hand on heart, I never intended to cause them harassment, alarm, or distress. He was just getting muddy with it. I'm not a gimp. He's a muddy boy.
If it's the same guy that we heard about before, he's been doing some pretty alarming stuff.
Yeah, he's been wandering around in a gimp suit, and there are photos of him in his gimp suit.
Yes, he has actually been harassing people and chasing after them. So maybe if you're going to mud, just do it in your back garden.
Yeah.
you can make mud there. You don't have to bring...
There might even be like a few understanding farmers out there who would quite happily let you pay. You could pay them to go on their private property in the night in their mud, and then you can. Everyone's happy. They get a tenner. You get your mud, and you're away from the road.
Yeah. You could even start your own local mudding association, rent out the village hall every fortnight, and get a little mud pit in there, and all the boys can get together, have a great time.
Big Baps Road Cafe, whatever it was called.
Mm-hmm.
Bertha's Big Baps or something.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Well, he's I'm not sure what his sentence is, but he won't be mudding anytime soon. Bless him.
Oh dear.
Oh, and that puts
he gets the help that he needs.
Yeah, we wish him the best in that regard. For sure.
Poor gimpy boy, not gimp, mudder.
Well, thank you, Mikey. And thank you, Sender, for that.
Thank you, Groovy Pasty.
I've got a story here that I have discovered. I saw it being talked about on Twitter not long ago, and I found a write-up here according to allthat'sinteresting.com. This baboon worked on a railway for 9 years without ever messing up.
Wow.
Here is a photo of the baboon working on the railway and not messing up.
I hope he has a little uniform. Oh, look at him.
He doesn't have a little uniform, but there is a uniformed man watching him pull a lever.
Fantastic.
Aww.
Jack the baboon worked on the railway system in South Africa for 9 years without ever making a single mistake. Then there's that image that I've just sent to you. If you could add it to the thread, that would be good. And it's captioned, Jack operating the railway switches. Oh, good boy, Jack.
He's doing a very good job of it as well.
Jack.
He is.
That's a good Jack right there.
When James Jumper Wide... Jumper
Wide.
Jumper is his nickname, it's in quotes. When James Wide, also known as Jumper, worked for the Cape Town Port Authority Railway Service, he developed a habit of leaping from one railway car to the other, even when the trains were moving. One day in 1877, he misjudged his jump by a little too much and fell under the moving train. Jumper survived, though the train had severed both of his legs at the knee. Devastated, but not disheartened, Jumper made himself 2 new legs out of wooden pegs and took a job at the Uitenage station. He even constructed a wooden trolley to help him get around, but despite the additions, he was still having trouble. Enter Jack. Jumper met Jack at the local market, leading an ox wagon. Leading an ox wagon, so he had a professional
ox wagon. This is his second job.
Yeah. He was impressed with his intelligence and decided he would hire him to be his new work assistant. Eventually,
what did he pay Jack? What did he pay Jack?
I don't know. Fruit, maybe? Eventually, Jack learned how to push Jumper to work in his wagon and switch the train signals, and he even would hand the conductors their keys. He quickly became an invaluable asset to Jumper's work. The only problem... Jack was a baboon, which we have already learned. Thank you for that big reveal there. Jumper taught Jack how to use the train signals by holding up 1 or 2 fingers and pulling the corresponding levers. Jack also picked up things through watching Jumper, such as delivering conductor keys. As a train pulled into the station, it would set off 4 blasts from its whistle, signalling the conductor's need for a key. As soon as he heard the whistles, Jumper would then grab the keys and slowly hobble over to the conductor. Jack picked up on this, and after just a few days, would complete the task on his own.
Oh, he likes having a job.
It's the very conscientious and kind of useful member of society version of John Deere, isn't it? Or Uncle Fatty.
Uncle Fatty. Uncle Fatty was just a leech on society.
Real drain.
Eventually, he could operate the railway signals on his own while under supervision from Jumper. He even became something of a local celebrity, and people would come from around Cape Town to watch the baboon operate the tracks. However, the idea of a baboon running the train tracks was worrisome to a few people, and one concerned citizen alerted the train authorities. Excuse me, think you'll find there's a very capable baboon running the train tracks over there. What a spoilsport. Boo.
Boring.
Rubbish.
Apparently, while many people at the management office knew Jumper had hired an assistant, the fact that it was a monkey had somehow slipped through the cracks.
Jack's a nice lad. Have you met him?
Yeah.
Bit hairy.
Bit hairy. Likes peanuts. There's a very low quality image here of him doing some more work.
Oh, look at him
God,
go.
that's scary.
A railroad manager was immediately dispatched to the station to fire Jack and Jumper, but when he arrived, Jumper pleaded for their jobs, offering for the manager to test Jack the baboon's skills. Thinking there was no way the baboon was as competent as Jumper claimed, the manager acquiesced it. He instructed an engineer to sound a train's whistle and watched, shocked, as Jack made the correct signal changes. Apparently, Jack never looked away from the train, ensuring his work was correct.
Wow.
The railroad manager was impressed and eventually let Jumper have his job back. He even made Jack the baboon an official employee, paying him 20 cents a day and half a bottle of beer each week for his work for the next 9 years.
My God.
Even more surprising, Jack the baboon never made a mistake. We now have a bit of a sad ending. After 9 years on the job,
Is he not? He's not dead, is he?
he's still alive. He's fine. He's on a happy farm somewhere. But
He's 106 years
he's
old.
106 years old and he's fine. But a different baboon called Jack, that is unrelated to this one, contracted tuberculosis and passed away.
Oh, I don't care about that, Jack. That's okay.
No.
Jack's
And that unrelated Jack baboon's skull remains at the Albany Museum in Grahamstown, South Africa. But who cares? Because the train
cares about
one
that,
is
Jack?
still alive.
Yes, the one who is good at trains.
Yeah.
Is still with us.
I just did quick maths for how many bottles of beer this monkey had during his stint at this job. And 9 years, half a bottle of beer every week for 9 years is 230 whole bottles of beer.
Wow.
That monkey was living good.
I don't know why they've
really
used
well.
that rubbish image in the article, because here's the same photo, but in very good quality. Look at that.
Wow, yeah, look at that. That's great. So what do you reckon he spent his money on?
I don't know.
Did it not just go straight to his mate, old Pegleg?
Probably, yeah. Old peg leg.
Old Pegleg.
Wait, yeah, I didn't even know. I was so distracted by the monkey in that image. You can see his peg legs. Holy shit, he did a good job there. He built them well.
Yeah, he did.
Braces go all the way up to the thighs.
Nice. What a pro.
God, that must have been awful.
Yeah.
Being run over by a train. Jesus.
I mean, if you will jump between... I'm not victim blaming here, but if you will jump between...
It's all right. He's
moving
dead. What's he
trains-
going to do?
Yeah.
What's he going to do?
Come on.
Huh?
He might haunt me. Anyway, his monkey's still alive, so the monkey might come and
He
get
is,
me.
yeah. And we're going to talk to the monkey next week on the podcast. It's very exciting.
Yeah. Apparently, when I was looking for a write-up on this, there is a Wikipedia article about it, but it's way too short for me to have read. But it did say on there that... I don't know if you're aware of the Monkey News segment of Ricky Gervais's old podcast with Carl Pilkington.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Where week on week, Carl Pilkington would bring a story along about something a chimp had done or a monkey, and it was normally absolute bollocks. You know, there's one that worked for the fire department, or one that, he told the story about the one that went to space, but it was all full of factual inaccuracies. And he told this story, and Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant laughed him out of the room as usual. And it turns out it's actually true. He told pretty much an accurate representation of this story. And this one
Suck it, Richard and Stephen.
really was true.
Incredible. Well, thank you, Peter, for bringing that along.
You're very
Oh,
welcome.
joy. Thank you.
And thus concludes the things for this podcast. Now, before we go into the end amble, I should say, the post amble.
Yeah.
Is that a term? I don't even know. Make sure you go watch the video version of this podcast. We always forget to say that there is an actual video version of this podcast. For the longest time, we were just uploading a static image with the audio on our YouTube channel, but you can actually see our faces. There's actual face cam for this podcast now, and you can go watch it on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Vidiots official. So consider going over there. Not only listening, but watching it too. Would appreciate that. Mikey, there's maybe some sort of shop
I think you're correct. If you head over to vidiotsofficial.com and click on that lovely little enticing shop button, you will be greeted by an array of goodies, including stickers, t-shirts, hoodie, and cap. Ooh. It's the season of giving is coming ahead probably in like 2 months' time, so get your shopping list ready early so Santa Claus can bring you your Podiots Legends mug and VS1 corduroy cap. That's what's on my list. What about yours?
Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah.
On my list is an unreleased piece of merch, which is due to hopefully come out at some point this month. Also, another reminder. I still think we're on for hang on, I'm looking through my calendar. We're on for the 8th of December, I believe, currently.
Yeah,
8th of December for a Vidiots reunion stream on Twitch. We should probably get serious about this soon and start putting out some promotional materials for that. But that is currently the date still. Nothing has changed as yet since the last episode, which was very recent at the time of recording. Yeah. So the 8th of December is currently our Vidiots reunion stream. And when we do that, it'll be twitch.tv/Vidiots official. That's where we're going to go. Maybe we'll announce some new merch there on the night that you can purchase in time for Crimbles, as well as some other funny shenanigans. So pay attention. We will tell you soon what's going on when we know. YouTube, Twitter, Facebook.com/Vidiots official. Where you can find us. Our Discord is, of course, VidiotsOfficial.com/Discord. Thank you to Tommy and Fleckers who are modding us over there. Go hang out with like-minded Vidiots viewers and Podiots listeners. We'd really appreciate that. And as I said, twitch.tv/Vidiots official is where we'll be live streaming as and when we do that. 8th of December is the current date for the final Twitch reunion stream. The three of us all streaming together basically before the end of this year. So add it to your calendars. Podiots.com. If you go there, donate £3 or more, you get a shout out at the beginning and the end of the podcast. You join Pod Squad. You help us keep the lights on here, keep us doing what we're doing, pay for our hosting costs, and also our savings account to buy a genuine blobby costume. So we'll get there in the next sort of 40 to 50 years, as long as we keep doing this podcast. Yeah. Mikey, do you want to kick us off again?
We begin with the generous finally caught up with the pod, Raindrop Joy, Airplane Aisle Slip and Slide, and Cowboys Don't Cry. Fred?
We've also got... Sorry, I was just messaging my wife saying, can you put my tea in the oven, please? Hang on. Wait. Stephen Skodes. I sent Mikey Bird seeds nuts. Lord Brotovich, Guy Farts Night, and Our Lord Boppis Christ. I don't know why I'm doing that. That's force of habit because I've already had my tea. She'll be very confused by that message.
Yeah, well, I thought you. Yeah, we talked before we recorded.
Well, I do it every episode. I quietly send a message saying, "I'll be done soon."
We're wrapping up now.
Yeah, but she has just replied with question marks. So.
Well, you should reply to her while we do the next.
Just say, second dinner. Come on.
Yeah, we've got time for T2.
Yeah,
sequel to T. Thank you also to Ben Potter, Mr. Macca, Extra 50p's Garlic Maballs, and Brian Boppisfield. And that is your Pod Squad for this week. If you want to get a shout out at the beginning and the end of the next podcast, go to podiots.com, £3 or more. Really appreciate all of you. Thank you so much, PodSquad, for this week. Well, actually, Peter, have you sent your message now?
I have, yeah.
Good. What's out on Vidiots 5 years ago this week?
I'll tell you.
What were you having for your dinner 5 years ago this week? I'm curious now.
Yeah, well, we'll find out.
Probably Snappies.
Snappies
tomato pizza.
Well, we made Nuka-Cola, so maybe
that was
had
disgusting.
A nice... Yeah, that was basically food rather than drink, wasn't it? Because it was just really undiluted syrup. Making Nuka-Cola. Spookiots, episode 18, a Luigi board. Post some tat number 37, Vidiots Wrestling Federation. It's on easy, Black Ops 4 Zombies. Worst Games Ever Spooky Special, Billy the Wizard Rocket Broomstick Racing. I didn't realise that was a Halloween episode. Yeah, and then the scariest video of them all, on the 3rd of November 2018, Vidiots Changed.
Vidiots is changing.
Vidiots is changing. Announcement. There it is.
An occasion that we celebrate and remember to this day with the annual Triple Jump is Not Changing video.
Every video either side of that has a 98 or 99% like ratio. That one has 82%. So it got a lot of
people
dislikes,
didn't like
apparently.
the announcement that we were losing our jobs, huh?
No.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Sorry.
We continue with Buckets National Basketball Association 2000 Playgrounds 2.
Yeah, I really took the piss. At that point, I don't know if you could tell that I checked out because stopped trying with the titles there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That one we really into it because the title of the game was so long. It's like, fuck it, let's just put the full title as the title of the video.
2K Playgrounds 2. It's already a stupid title. But.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
In the spotlight, Marvel's Spider-Man: The Heist, Podiots Podiots episode 19, Car Crash DM, Post-Some Tat number 38, Penultimate Tat. New Vidiots merch. Some would say too little, too late.
Whoops.
Worst games ever. 007 Racer. Vidiots live Twitch stream. Dark Souls remastered number 5. And finally, for today, Vidiots announcement Q&A, where we had to do some damage control because people didn't understand what we had just announced.
Yes.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Good times.
We tried to put a positive spin on it, but it was not. I mean, we've spoken to death about it, but that was not. Wasn't an easy time for any of us, for sure. Really fun. Yeah. But hey, we're still here. We're still kicking. We're doing great in our sequel jobs.
Yeah.
For want of a better term. And honestly, we're thrilled to be part of the Pickaxe Network. Go check out the amazing other podcasts on the Pickaxe Network.
And Vidiots did change. It changed into eventually just pretty much only podcast, and you know what, I think it's going really well. I think the podcast has never been in a better position than it is right now, and it's nice to see. So thanks for supporting.
Viewing figures are staying strong. You guys are still as passionate as ever, and we'll keep doing it as long as you guys want us to. So
no pressure.
Keep telling
no
us
pressure.
that, because sometimes it's easy to lose track of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
it's nice. Some positive reinforcement goes a long way. Sorry, Mikey, what did you say?
I was just my brain's falling out of my ears.
Oh my
God. I was just echoing the same sentiments. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you all for your amazing support. We're still going 5 years after the fact.
Yeah.
Or it will be 5 years after the fact in a couple of months. Man. Fucking hell.
Jesus, where
Mikey.
Yes?
Sorry to cut you off. Where are you on the internet?
At Parrot Boy on Twitter and Instagram are the best places to keep up with what I'm doing. Because I finally have something fun I can share. I'm in the bloody credits for Alan Wake 2, motherfucker.
Whoa, what?
That's so cool.
Yeah, I helped do some video work on the behind-the-scenes making of the game. We weren't expecting to be included in the actual credits of the actual bloody game, but I'm in there as Mikey Johnson.
Nice.
So cool. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations, man. That's really cool.
Look at me, Dad. They don't know what games are, but look at me. My name is in the credits. Be proud of me.
And then show him the farting video.
Then that, Oh, they've seen
got to keep things
videos.
level. You can't bring them up too much. And Peter, where are we on the internet?
We are at that Peter Austin and at confused_dude on Twitter, respectively. But you can also find us together on Triple Jump over on YouTube and Twitch, and also Facebook and Twitter as well, where we're doing live streams and video game related video content such as Worst Games Ever and Rules Boss Challenges and cooking as well occasionally.
Yes.
It's locked behind a paywall, but for good reason. So, yeah. Absolutely.
And I believe... it's next week, isn't it? Talking about something cool that you're going to be doing, Peter. You're going to be part of a Children in Need live stream.
Yes. Ooh. Yeah. I mean, all being well, that's certainly the plan, is on, I think, the 10th. Ooh, is it on I think it's Friday the 10th at 7 p.m. BBC Three are doing a show about sort of video games and fundraising for children in need at the same time. And at the same time, various creators will be doing live streams to raise money for children in need, which is nice. And it was very nice of them to reach out and ask us to sort of be an official children in need adjacent stream. So yeah, that's great.
Very cool. Hopefully as many of you as possible were able to come along to that. If you weren't able to see it live, youtube.com/Team Triple Jump VODs or Triple Jump VODs. I can't remember. It's one of the two. I think triplej.mup/VODs will take you there anyway.
Yeah.
You can see it after the fact. It may not be live yet, actually. That may be going up on Monday. No, it should be, shouldn't it? Thursday? Friday? I don't know when you're streaming. I can't remember when it is.
We're streaming on the Friday. Yeah, so it will have happened by the time this episode goes out, actually. So, yeah.
So you want to go to the Twitch channel to see the VOD there, but it'll go up on the
considered
YouTube channel after the fact. Brilliant. Lots of exciting stuff happening, basically. We're all killing the game. Do they say that? Are they still saying that?
I think so. Sure. Yeah.
Is that a bit chuggy of me? I don't know. Why not leave us a 5-star review on your platform of choice? It helps something to do with Al Gore's rhythms and would really appreciate it. It takes no time and costs you no money. So maybe go and do that if you haven't already. Do you guys have a final question before we bugger off?
Did you get any trick-or-treaters?
Yeah.
Did you trick-or-treat? I don't know. I shouldn't do a Halloween question again.
No.
No, hang on. Let's not do that. Anything else? Any other offers?
If you had a baboon work with you, what would you trust them to do in your place of work?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that.
Maybe?
I don't trust baboons full stop, though, so I wouldn't allow
I
one.
don't. That'd be really
Right, yeah, the
scarce.
answer is none. Nothing.
Like, he was a good boy because he was plied with half a bottle of booze every week, but a sober gorilla in a
basically
workplace.
unconscious.
I think the sounds of printers jamming would very quickly lead him to start ripping people's faces off. But by all means, you have a gorilla in your workplace. Let us know what you want them to do. Yes.
Go for it. Do what your heart desires. Well, thank you so much for watching/listening, everybody. We really appreciate it. We will see you in a couple of weeks' time. Until then, though, look after yourselves. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.